It's now 5 o'clock, and there hadn't been much evidence revealed to the public from the Delphi murders case until testimony this week.
Now, tonight, we're learning there was more video than the clip of the man on the bridge saying down the hill. Our senior investigative reporter, Bob Siegel, just stepped out of the Carroll County Courthouse, where he's been covering the trial since it started.
And he joins us now live from Delphi. And Bob, this is really interesting. What was in that new part of the video that was played in open court this afternoon?
Yeah, so we knew that Libby German recorded video on her cell phone the day she and Abby Williams were murdered in Delphi, but the jury just got to see the video, and there's more video there than what we originally knew. Let me tell you about it. The video that jurors saw today here in court, it's 43 seconds long, taken at 2:13 on the afternoon of the murders. Libby's camera pointed downward, showing video of the Monon High Bridge. We can hear Libby's voice saying, "There's no path." And at the very end, a man's voice seemingly saying, "Down the hill." The video was shown during testimony from Indiana State Police Digital Forensic Examiner Brian Bunner. Now, he explained how he extracted data and audio and video from Libby's cell phone, and he told the jury why he extracted that video very quickly the day after the murders. He told the jury time was of the essence, so we wanted to get data off the phone and in the hands of investigators as soon as possible. The jury then heard how state police actually tried extracting data from the phone 5 separate times over the course of 3 years. One of those times with the help of the Department of Homeland Security in Washington, D.C. And then we heard from another state police audio video technician who explained how he enhanced Libby's cell phone video to get a still image of the person now known as Bridge Guy on the bridge and to isolate the man's voice saying down the hill. Also today, and I'll tell you, we had a bunch of witnesses who testified in court. We heard testimony from Indiana State Police crime scene investigator Brian Olahai. He started his testimony yesterday. This morning, the jury got to see him show bags of evidence. There were 49 pieces of evidence that he and other investigators collected from the crime scene, an area known as Ground Zero, very close to the girls' bodies, as well as from the autopsies of Abby and Libby that were performed in Terre Haute. Today, he showed the bags to the jury. Those bags included clothes and shoes, swabs of blood, Libby's cell phone, the bullet cartridge that was found on the ground between the two girls, as well as fibers collected from the girls' fingernails. That was some of the evidence. Now, the jury didn't actually get to see the evidence. They saw the bags that contain the evidence. It was part of the state's effort to try to convince the jury that all of this evidence was collected very deliberately and methodically, and the chain of custody involved with making sure that all of that evidence had integrity as it was maintained for the investigation. Now, got to tell you, we've got some really important stuff coming up at 6 o'clock. This afternoon, over the last hour and a half, we've heard from 3 separate witnesses that the state put on the stand to explain how certain they are that they saw Bridge Guy on the paths and on the Monon High Bridge just before the murders took place. However, there was some pushback, and some of the testimony that they gave could present a real problem for the state. I will explain that to you coming up on 13 News at 6. For now, I'll send it back to you from here in Delphi.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob.